Lobby. It is a braided roping. It's awesome for flower centers, right? Well, when I was at Hobby Lobby not too long ago, I found, actually, when it was before Christmas, I found this roll, because usually you can get it for $9.99 with 40% off, right? Guys, check the clearance area always when you go to Hobby Lobby. Always. That's the first place I head, is the clearance area at Hobby Lobby. I got this full roll. I also got some beige too, and I don't know why it was on clearance. I got it for $1.99. Come on, $1.99. Now, I don't, like I said, I don't know why it was on clearance, because they still sell it. So, and they sell it in different colors. They have the black, they have the red, they have the natural, and they have the blue and white, like nautical. You will find this where, you know, the burlap, the rolls of burlap and everything are housed. And they're everyday ribbon, not the seasonal ribbon, they're everyday ribbon. You can find this roping there in all different colors. So even at $9.99 with 40% off, you get a lot on here. There's 15 feet on here. But like I said, check the clearance. I got it for $1.99. So I want to use this for our Canadian friends. This is from Dollarama. These greens, $3.75 for the bunch, and it's got little yellow flowers. It has all different colors, but they have stuff like this at Hobby Lobby as well. And now I have not checked Dollar Tree. Now, friends, Dollar Tree in Canada and Dollar Tree in the United States are totally different, okay? So that's why I don't use a lot of Dollar Tree products, because A, when I go to the States, I don't go to Dollar Tree. I just don't, because we have a Dollar Tree here. And if I'm going to buy dollar store stuff, I'm going to go to Dollarama, which is Canadian. I also am using, again, from Dollarama, but you guys, I know they have stuff like this at Hobby Lobby and stuff. You just have to check for the sales and everything. Again, it's almost the same as the yellow, but there's no yellow flowers on it. It's just greenery, and it was cheaper. So this one was only $2.50. So what I'm thinking of doing is wrapping this side with this beautiful roping, this beautiful black roping. Just a simple bow with this ribbon. I think we might have some of this still in stock. It's RGC 8110X6. Anyways, I want to do greenery kind of long, and then just the black roping on the side. So what I've done is I kind of give myself a placement. I'm going to wrap from here to like right here. I know you can't see it because I'm using my gray zip ties. But I'm going to use it backwards. Okay, so let's take the end of this bad boy, this roping. It's already got a tape on it, but we're going to zip tie it in. So I'm going to just kind of zip tie it in, and we're going to wrap it. I'm also going to use some glue here, but I'm just going to anchor it to the board like this. And then we'll use some glue. Let me get my glue over here. So we're going to have black on this side, give it kind of a rustic look. Greenery on this side with a simple, really pretty ribbon bow. I'm not going to put all kinds of different colors or anything. I'm going to just use this black and white. And we can put some of the yellows in, but I was thinking of just keeping it simple with the small little yellow flowers. So, all right, let's start wrapping. So this is where I'm going to start with my greenery. That's why I put zip ties here, just to remind myself that's where I'm going to start my greenery. I am going to put a little bit of glue just right there where we're starting, and just hold it. Actually, I'll probably let's hold it with there we go. Ah!
Now, it won't take as much as like a jute roping would because it's kind of wide. It is 5/8 of an inch wide with 15 feet. So there's a lot on here. So I'm just going to wrap it around. Now, I'm sure there's probably a way. No, there's not. I was thinking about probably a way to zip tie it, but let's not. We're just going to kind of pull it tight, push it up against the roping beside there, and let's just put a bead of glue there so that roping stays. Okay, and then we'll go around again. I'm not going to let go of the rope. It's unwinding on me. Don't unwind. Oh, look how cool this looks with the braiding. I want to make sure that each piece I put is butt up against the next one so you don't see the board. I'm just kind of running the glue, pulling it tight and coming around. And let's just hold it. But it looks really pretty. So it takes a bit because this rope is pretty thick. So like I said, I want to make sure it's up against each piece so we don't see any of the board. Okay, I think we'll finish it here because we have only a little bit left. So I'll put some glue here and then go through that zip tie. There we go. So we'll glue it and zip tie it. Now we won't see the zip ties because we're going to have some greenery going over top of like here and here. All right, so we have this pretty design. So I am going to put a little zip tie just on the end here so it doesn't unravel, because I'm just going to cut that little piece off here. Again, we're not going to see any of this edge right here because it's going to be covered by greenery anyways. So I'm going to put a zip tie and pull it super tight so it doesn't unravel on me. And then I'll just cut this little piece off. There we go. So we got this nice black edge. It's really pretty. Look how cool it looks.
That is cool.
Isn't it cool?
Cool.
Very cool. All right. So now we're going to start putting our greenery on. So I did damage at our local Dollarama. So this is just called a decorative bush. Again, you can get it's a push-up. You can get all this stuff at Hobby Lobby as well. Here in Canada, we don't have, you guys know, we don't have all kinds of craft stores like you guys. Basically have Michael's. So we utilize Dollarama a lot. So you can find all kinds of stuff like these bushes. So they're a little bit short. So we're going to use that for the top, right? So because we don't want, I want some greenery going out the top. So we're going to use pieces, or use some of this. And then the long, hold on. And then these, I already broke some down. Hold on, let's see. And then this long greenery with the little yellow flowers, it does have short pieces on it if you separate it. So the two middle ones are long, but the outer ones are a little bit shorter. We're gonna cut the shorter ones down to use for the top and bottom as well. And then we'll use the longer ones going down the side so they drape. I'm just going to cut down the short ones. Now you can also, even the long ones you can cut down. So if you have like something like this, you can take the long pieces and you can just snip off, right here, or even like right here, so they're not as, what's the word? They don't hang as much. Okay, so I got a couple pieces clipped off here. So we want some to drape down this way. So I'm going to use maybe that. Let's put the greenery on, this greenery on first. The plain old greenery. Let's see if there's any short pieces. There's one. Use up all what you have. So there's some short pieces. That's a long piece. That's a long piece. That's a long piece. And that's a long piece. Okay, so I'm going to put some here. Here. I don't want too long because I want to see this beautiful roping. It's a little tighter. Okay, there's just plain greenery. And then we'll put a few pieces, a piece of maybe this greenery. It's push up. There we go. Oh, look how pretty that looks. Kind of put it towards the outside. That. And then where's those yellow pieces that were small? Okay, that looks good. Zip that up. Look how pretty that is. You don't want to put too much because we want to see that pretty roping, right? I'm going to put a piece of this green. There we go. And another piece of the yellow. Now, we're going to do layers. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right across, right just like that. So they don't slip out. So they're zip tied in and they're glued in. Now we're not going to, the top we may have to do every row, but as we go down the side of the board, we're not going to have to do every row. So we'll do the top and bottom and we can just do the side. Now I do have roses here. I brought some yellow roses out. I thought it might go pretty. We'll see at the end because we can just glue them or shove them into a zip tie. We'll see how it looks. So I'm using the hole 1 to the outside of the board, and then I'm using hole 1.5 to hole 2 for my greens. So we're going to use this again. So obviously you can do this with flowers as well. Oh, I forgot to put some of this green in. So I'm just going to cut a long piece off and snip it down into little pieces. A little piece here. One of these here just fills it all up. One of these. All right, so we have green. Now I'm going to add some little bit of cut. We can even cut these down a bit. So we have lots of long ones. So let's just cut them to little sizes that you can use at the top. See, it's getting full as we layer. There we go. So once everything's in and it's glued, we can kind of spread things apart. So we're going to go here, and then we'll be able to, after this one right here, we'll be able to start skipping a row. You don't have to use so much florals then. But I'm going to put the bow, I'm probably going to stop around here, going this way, and then the rest of them are going to go downwards, and this is where I'm going to put my bow, because you'll see kind of a bit of an overlap. You'll see when I do it. So again, just grab whatever filler you have on hand. Like I said, this is really cheap stuff, and I just kind of, it's great for just a little bit of filler. I got a little bit of glue, and you can see the glue on the black, but I'll hit it with my heat gun. But guys, they have this on. If you can't get to the store, they do have the braided roping online. So you can wait until it's on sale and order it online. And they have like different, they have red. Like I said, they had different colors. So I'm kind of angling these ones so they're going up near the top. So it's filling in at the top here, straight. And then we'll have the other ones hanging down kind of. And it's just got the little tiny yellow flowers in it. And so would, if you were to make a wreath with a grapevine with just gluing in all this greenery, that would melt too, I promise you. So it's nice that you can actually zip tie stuff in like this for the higher heat areas. All right, so I'm going to put my bow around here, and then the rest are going to go this way. So we're going to put our zip ties in the same way, but they're going to go, instead of, actually maybe I'll put a few this way and then go over top and put the rest that way. So we don't have to put a ton. Let's just clip a couple of these. So I'm just kind of going down the stem here and cutting right above the next like notch kind of. So I'm going to put a few going that way, and then we'll zip tie some going the other way. So down some of the, because the bow will go right here, so you won't really see this area. So don't waste a whole bunch of greenery when a bow is going to go there anyways. Oh, thanks Tracy. Tracy just gave us the cafeteria. Why do they call them cafeteria noodles? Never heard of that. All right, so I'm going to go over top again, and now we're going to start going downwards. Now the outside is really the only place where you need to have, oh, I have to put some blue, greeneries shooting around, like to the outside to keep it shapely. Shapely. It's a new word, shapely. I'm saying I love these gray zip ties. Right. I am. When you flip it over, you can't even see the zip ties. That's how cool they are. Okay, there's one. Okay, so these ones are going to go this way now. So now we're going downwards. Same thing, I'm putting these fillers, cheapy fillers in. Just like that. And then again, I'll come in with just a little, one of these to the outside. And then we're going to start putting the yellow, the long yellow pieces. Actually, I should have started from the bottom, because now I'm going to have to lift. Oh well, I'm going to have to keep lifting my greenery. Oh. So this is where the bow is going to go. Just going to go over a little bit of the greens here. Now I did something stupid. Now I have to lift. Lift! So I should have started down here. Let's start down here. Let's continue down here. And then we'll meet up, right? Because everything's going downwards anyways. My zip ties. All right, so I want this one kind of going up. Now it's a little more angled than here, so we need just one here. So I'll use this filler one again. Perfect. And then we'll do some yellow. And then some of this one. Alright, we got the top done, we got the bottom done, and we're going to start doing our hanging ones. So they're going to be a little longer and we'll layer them. So it'll kind of drape over this way. I don't want the bottom here too long, that it's like literally hanging way down. So just cut it to about here where I ended these ones over here. All right, what do we got here? More yellow. So we want to cut this down so it's, I don't want it to go too far past far here. This one is going to need one of these. So I'm just kind of making sure that we're not going longer than, so we're keeping it, you know, the sizing the same. So it's not hanging down. I don't want it hanging down. You know, a lot of people are doing those hanging down ones. That's not what I'm trying to do. And now I'm just going to start layering the long ones. We got the top and the bottom finished. But again, we're not going to go past this length. Now, because we're going to layer, you're not going to need a ton. Because the longer layers are going to cover the board. So you don't really need to totally cover the board down below here. Like I said, I'm just cutting pieces of the lengths here. And I'm not using any of that fillers, well, this boxy stuff, because once we layer it, it's going to get pretty full. Okay, I think we could probably skip a row here. Okay, so we skipped one here. Skipped a row, I mean. Let's just use this big piece because it's long. Again, I'm not going past longer than I initially started. And we're just going to put the long pieces in now. And like I said, this is a great way to do a greenery wreath, especially if you live in very hot areas. Okay, guys? Like, I know grapevine wreaths when there's 110 degree temperatures, because the glue is literally going to melt. bring this up. Move these around because we don't want any open spots. We want it as full as we can. Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. Got too much going on the outside here. So it all just kind of drapes. You can even give it a haircut if you did yours too long, but we want to keep, I like to keep the length pretty much the same on the bottom. You can make it longer as if you want. That's totally up to you. All right, we're going to make a really pretty, simple bow with this gorgeous ribbon. Black and white. So this is going to be quite the elegant wreath. I am going to use one of the 10-inch zip ties. They're a little bit thicker. This wreath is a little bit heavy with the greenery and the rope, so I'm just putting a thicker zip tie for our hanger. And you can see the back, and then check the back because you can see the roundness when you flip it over. You can see what you want kind of coming out from the back. The edges there. This looks like I put a crap ton of greens in. But you guys watched me. I didn't. And they're dollar store greens. Because it looks like designer ribbon. It has a lace embossed right down the center or sewn right down the center. But it's not a designer ribbon. So I'm going to cut. Because I want just a set of tails going this way, right at the bottom. And then I'm going to have another tail going this way, and where I'm going to start my looping. And I think I'm going to go with 6-inch looping. About a half a roll here. So when you're making your bow, make sure you just give yourself lots of ribbon. Loosen her up. Now this ribbon's pretty thick. Good wire though. Now even a natural bow would have looked nice too. But like I said, I have this black and white. I think it's going to look very elegant on it. So we got 2 on each side. What we got left? Oh, let's keep going. Might as well use it up. It was on the floor of my craft room. So I'm just I did my tail at 6, and I'm doing the loops at 6 inches as well. Now we can add, what do you guys think? I did ring. We can incorporate a few little lemon pieces in there if we want, because we can do some cute little lemon pieces sporadically through the wreath. Or I have yellow roses that we can put in through the wreath, or we can leave it with just greenery. I'm going to use this whole roll. Okay, I'm going to now I'll just do a 5-inch loop. Make it a little smaller. 2 of them on each side. I don't know if I'm going to have enough ribbon. maybe. God, you would think I did this bow like this on purpose. Look at this little bit extra. Beautiful. Okay, we don't want to do our zip tie up too tight because we want to be able to pull these loops. So I'm going to take my gray pipe cleaner. Just tight enough to hold everything in. We're going to cut that. You guys probably think my house is like a total disaster because I am a disaster. It's not a true story. I really do keep a neat and tidy house. Just my craft room's a disaster. I know you guys are all the same. Your craft room becomes a total nightmare, but the rest of your house is not the same. Like my bedroom's always neat and tidy. Bathrooms are always clean. But my craft room, I don't know what it is about the craft area. It's a total disaster. All right. Now I'm going to go right where my thing, right in between. Right in the middle, in between here. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this pretty tight down to the board because I have big 6-inch loops and there's not a lot of bulk because we didn't use any mesh. Okay, so you could probably just use a half a pipe cleaner because look, I wasted all this pipe cleaner. All right, and let's move this around. Okay, there's one tail. We've got a loop here. Loop here, put a loop here, tail, loop. Got lots of loops because I was using up the ribbon. I should have put this in. I'm not going to waste this. I am going to glue this bad boy in. The last little piece of ribbon. I'm just going to glue it right there. So I'm not wasting. Once I put this on the door, I'll move the greeneries around, make sure everything is looking good. It's got, we don't have any empty space, but there we go. I used maybe about $20 worth of greenery. Now, it may be too green for you guys, so what you could do is, like I said, I can put some lemons, I can put some roses. Let's just see. I just want to see what it looks like. I think that's really pretty too with the roses. that really gives it that nice pop of color. I'll just keep it as a greenery. I kind of like the lemon slices in there too. There's all kinds of ideas. Just giving you guys ideas. Anyways, that's all I got for you. Thank you guys for joining me.